Opinion: Caitlin Clark owes no apologies for recognizing white privilege. Critics of Caitlin Clark can't shoot like her. No matter what you say, no matter who you try to appease, no matter how careful you are with your words, you're going to offend someone. You can't win in this insidious modern-day game of ideological, societal, and racial gotcha. So you might as well say exactly what you mean and express how you feel, because your critics shouldn't be allowed to stop you from expressing yourself, and someone somewhere won't agree and try to take you out. Caitlin Clark is finding out more about this impossible-to-please-everyone world we navigate every day of our lives. She's prime evidence for why so many of us are careful with our words. Candor is risky. Staying quiet is safe. In a recent Time magazine article announcing she had been named this year's Athlete of the Year, she seemed to be speaking her mind that she believes she has white privilege and that she honors all the African-American players who built the WNBA and paved the path for her to be enjoying superstardom. This came across as genuine, classy, and refreshing. She didn't attack players who attacked her physically and verbally throughout her first season and didn't blame them for what was obvious abuse. Seems she would rather try to make up and not get into a verbal back and forth, and wants to make peace. An honorable approach. We need more of this conciliatory behavior. If the abuse continues, then she might take a different tact, but we're not there yet. I don't mind her saying these things, giving credit, and being nice to people who are nice to her, because it may show her opponents and inspire them to take the high road themselves. Maybe not, but maybe so. She's doing what's in her best interest financially over the long haul. Her brand will take a hit if she lashes out, so she doesn't. A smart businesswoman. Be kind, extend your hand, and try to make friends. It may not work, but might as well try. For her comments in the article, people are criticizing her for bending the knee to all the people in the league and media who have taken shots at her. My take: they're overreacting and just looking for something to criticize to attract attention to themselves, to get more podcast likes. Everywhere you turn, this is about self-interest, controlling what people say, gaining power, and making more money. No one is totally clean in this super complicated situation involving this wonder kid from Iowa who has lit the sports world on fire in every way imaginable on and off the court. She's confident, a hot competitor, and has a low tolerance for teammates who don't play well. A perfect person she is not. Nor are any of us. All that really matters to me is how well she shoots logo threes and how fun that is to watch, because it's so hard to do. It's her shooting, people. Focus on her shooting. Shut up about her politics. What I love most about Caitlin Clark Kent is she may say some things in interviews that offend some people, but I don't think she cares about that nearly as much as getting in the gym and practicing hundreds of logo threes, so that next season she can stick them in the faces of everyone on the court trying to mess with her mind, take her out, and ruin her life. She's got a weapon no one else in the world has, and everybody knows it. WNBA players are so jealous that it's sad. They need to grow up. How about being inspired by Caitlin's work ethic to match or even exceed her off-season workouts? That would be admirable and would make you less jealous of her and more proud of yourselves. Improve your skills. Forget about criticizing Caitlin. You'll get better, and that's admirable. That's also the truth. You can take shots at her any way you want from whatever ideological position, but today, tomorrow, and the next day she will be firing up hundreds of logo three shots in preparation for shooting them at you and everyone else starting next April. Face it, there's nothing anyone can do to stop her. She expresses herself best and most powerfully with her long-range shooting that seems to have been bestowed on her from a basketball angel. Honestly, her ability to make long-range shots consistently doesn't make logical sense because the degree of difficulty is so sky-high. This is the answer to why the world is so fascinated with her. She's in the gym today, and will be tomorrow. From way out, 30 feet, swish, over and over and over and over and over and over. Back to Caitlin.
Swish.
Bombs away. Every day. Have your say. Dissect her words. Pick on her. Get your clicks up. Chase fame. Become an influencer. Push your political agendas. Have at it. Meanwhile, Caitlin will keep shooting. And there's nothing any of you can do to stop her. Her game, her maniacal work ethic, and her drive to be the best player in WNBA history, accelerates full throttle as the culture wars rage on. She's playing a different game than all of us. And is going to win. You know I'm right. It's been a bad couple of days for the racists and bigots who thought Caitlin Clark was one of them. First, Clark said she recognizes there is an element of white privilege to her stardom, that the black women who laid the foundation for this current explosion in interest in women's sports were never afforded a spotlight as bright and intense as the one that shines on her. Then, when conservative crank Megyn Kelly criticized her for saying that, Clark doubled down. I feel like I've earned every single thing that's happened to me over the course of my career. But also, I grew up a fan of this league from a very young age, Clark said Wednesday when asked about Kelly's comments. My favorite player was Maya Moore. I know what this league was about. For those unaware, Moore was transcendent when she was running roughshod over the WNBA, leading the Minnesota Lynx to 4 titles in 7 years and winning MVP honors in both the regular season, 2014, and WNBA Finals, 2013. Add in her Olympic gold medals and her titles and Player of the Year honors at UConn, and she's quite possibly the best there's ever been. But Moore's impact went beyond the court as a cornerstone of the WNBA's social justice efforts. She and the Lynx were among the first athletes to protest the racist policing of black and brown people, and she retired early to work on reversing the wrongful conviction of the man who is now her husband. Clark has talked often of the influence Moore had on her, and it is clear she didn't just mean on the court. Like I said, the WNBA has only been around 25+ years. I know there's been so many amazing black women that have been in this league, and continuing to uplift them, I think, is very important. That's something I'm very aware of, Clark told Maria Taylor during an interview at the A Year in Time event. Clark was the magazine's Athlete of the Year.